Hello viewers, this is Just Fake Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigeria news and now the news in details. I sacrificed my senatorial ambition for Fashola to become governor, says Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There are a lot of unreported sacrifices that go into politics, which onlookers and commentators know little or nothing about. Until we fully understand that the top politicians whom will negatively tag godfathers are not always that bad, we may not completely grasp the effort they dedicate into politics. Often the bad side of the politics is given the publicity, while the good side is often unnoticed and or underreported. Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu has made greater sacrifices to his loyal proteges than meet the eye, and only those who are very close to them will know about this. Godfathers are always given negative connotations for some reasons best known to us all, especially because some did abuse it in the past. However, it can be a good thing when viewed from the areas of the sacrifices they made for their apprentices to become boss themselves. Until now, very few analysts would have ever conceived that Bola Tinubu actually sacrificed his senatorial ambition in 2007 just to be sure his focus and concentrations were not distracted in the process, saying that the then President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo had his eye keenly fixed on winning Lagos State for the ruling party, PDP. Bola Tinubu decided that it was in the best interest of his proteges, Governor Babatunde Fashola and Senator Ganiyu, for him to drop his ambition in order to concentrate on them winning their respective elections. He believed he was sure to win, but that these two young politicians needed his wisdom to win theirs more. Hence, he dumped his own ticket for theirs to materialize. In his word, he said that I had obtained and filed the INEC form to go to the Senate. Then I realized that I have a governorship candidate, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, and Obasanjo was the president determined to win Lagos State. I told myself, if I go ahead, I will strive to win my seat while leaving Fashola to his fate. Then one morning I called Ganiyu and told him to follow me to Abuja. We landed hand off. We went to INEC office, we drew my form and handed him another form. Ganiyu was shocked. He asked me for what, sir? I said fill the form. He did, and that was how I was able to concentrate in the governorship election. Fashola won and Ganiyu also won a seat. We must make sacrifices, he stated. When next we want to analyze the relationship between political godfathers and their godchildren and criticize the former for meddling in the affairs of the latter. We should pause to know about what the godfather had committed into and sacrificed just for their proteges to assume power or win elections. The Jagabans of Nigerian politics deserve some accolades for the noble role he actually played in the ascensions to power of his long-time boys. Wow, so guys, what is your own take about this? What do you think about what Bola Ahmed Tinubu said, that he sacrificed everything that he has just because of Fashola and Ganiyu to be the best, to be popular in the world, in Nigeria? Wow, this is a very good, great fathers. We appreciate what Bola Ahmed Tinubu do. People were saying that when you did so, which Senate seat did your wife now represent? Or would both of you have been in the Senate? This is a very big lie. Tell us another story again. He wants to be senator, and his wife Oluremi senator out of 3 slots for the state. Wow, these people, they are full of liars. His wife has been a senator since Fashola reign. So what is Bola Tinubu saying now? He brought someone whom he believed that will cover his looting from Lagos State government. See, all this thing we are talking about today is all about game, whether we like it or not. It's all about gain. Because when you're saying you sacrifice yourself for someone to get to his own ambition, and you drop your own. Before you can say you drop your own, there must have been a reason why you did that. There must have been a reason. Because how is this a sacrifice? You did it for your own interest. Many of these politicians, this is what they do. It is for their own interest. The reward is the 2 billion naira it collected quarterly from the governors of Lagos. Also, the money you collect from motor parks out, a market man and women, when his action is directed at a certain reward, that is not the sacrifice. It is definitely called selfish ambition. It is. With the look of things, people will think that it is really, really a sacrifice, but look at it. When you hear the reward after what it did, you feel like this is not a sacrifice. Let's hear what people are saying about it. People are saying that tell it to the mountains. Your wife was there, you cannot go there. You picked Fashola to smoothen your godfatherism and supremism over Lagos and the Yoruba kingdom. Respect your age and tell Nigerians the truth. I may not be a supporter of Tinubu, but I was at Mushin, the base of Ganiyu or Larewaju Solomon. And I remember a stalwart confirmed this story then. Tinubu might have some shortcomings political. Of course, who does not have? Yet this singular heart is commendable as a leader, and let's equally condemn him when he did it wrongly as well. You know, they were saying that this man Tinubu is really a colossus, plenty of sacrifices and concessions he has made as a selfless politician, though many people behind him as a rogue gladiators who seems not to compromise his belief and desires. His unique attitude of building and positioning leaders for the purpose of promoting the cause of humanity actually catch the fancies of some of us who are bent on vouching our support for him. You know, he sacrificed his presidential ambition to put us in this mess today. Because just like what we know, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is one of the people in Yoruba land that is causing a big trouble in Yoruba land. He's one of the most corrupt politicians that we ever know in Yoruba land. Trust me, when he was a governor, what does he do? Rather, he embezzled money. Rather, he collected money from the marketers. He collected money from the Hagberos. So what are we now talking about? I know that some set of people will still like being in support of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I know. But, you know, people were saying that he was a senator before becoming governor. What did he forget there? His wife was senator same year Fashola became governor. So he expected both to sit at the Senate. I bet he just had his weed again. He just did. Because why was he bent on making sure his candidates succeed him if he has no skeleton in his cupboard? He knew that what he stands to gain in bringing his godson to succeed him much more than what he will get as a senator, just to continue to look at Lagos Treasury by proxy. Because the thing is that all these stories does not matter anymore, trust me. If Tinubu had probably managed the entire South well, Yoruba people will like him more. Yoruba people will appreciate him more. It would have been unstoppable if he did well during his own tenure. Nobody would have just go against his presidential ambition. People will love him more. But just because he did not do well, And that was the reason why people are going against him. And that's the thing. It would have been unstoppable if he did well. But he hated the Igbos so much that he forgot the Igbos were still part of the South. Well, it is not too late yet to make the necessary consultations and keep the South together. Because the Igbos are not supposed to be his problem if he does the necessary thing to bridge the distrust. Trust me. For example, Joe Igbokwe has been deceiving Mr. Tinubu about the Igbos, and that is the problem. The North should not have posed any threat if the South is together. Trust me, they should not have posed any threat at all. So my people, what is your own take? What do you think about this news? Your comment is highly appreciated, and kindly drop your comments at the comment section. For those who subscribe, we want to say a very big thank you to you for subscribing. We'll say God bless you. If you're yet to do so, kindly press the subscription button below. And also please don't forget to press the notification button so that whenever we upload news, you will always be the first person to watch our video. God bless you. Stay safe at this crucial time.